Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Kitchings Table. It's January the 11th here on Awesome Radio, WBIS LP 106.9 FM, also on Roku TV and GPAC 23, and of course, Facebook Live. To our Facebook viewers this morning, we welcome you to the Kitchings Table. I'm your host, Earl Kithings, and as usual, we like to bring you topics about things we feel that are important, interesting, maybe somewhat controversial, but something that'll make you pause and think. And this is the importance of the Kitchings Table, because we're always thinking here and always coming up with something that will give you some insight into what's going on in the world, or things going on in the world, or things you hadn't thought about, or things you need to think about, but something provocative from a thought process, so that when you finish spending this 50 minutes with us, you will leave and go, I didn't think about that, or didn't know that, or it's something that I need to consider. So we're going to jump right in with our topic for this morning's show. And today's topic is totally health. Totally health. Why do you say totally health, Earl? Well, because we're going to talk about some of the things that relate to health in our lives. And there are a few things that we've categorized that we need to consider and look at, because each one of those things plays a role in the health of our life. But before that, let me ask you this question. What is the number one thing that people do each new year, at the beginning of each new year? What's the number one thing people tend and like to do? Yes, make a resolution. Resolutions. Now, me, myself, I don't do the resolution thing, because either I'm going to do it or I'm not. I don't need to put myself on a calendar, on a clock, to make sure I do it. But people do it every year. They make a resolution. My New Year's resolution is this, or my New Year's resolution is that. And one of the top resolutions that come out every year for many people is to lose weight and get healthy. Lose weight and get healthy. That's probably one of the top resolutions that people make every year. And no matter what, it seems to be a recurring theme. Now, what's the number two thing that millions of people do each year? After they make a resolution, what's the second thing they do after they make that resolution? Ding, 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 ding. There you go. They break that resolution in the first 90 days. They say they're going to do something, and before you know it, they've shot that resolution and blown it up. And it's no longer, it's still a resolution, but it has a little slant to it. I'm going to do this, but hey, I couldn't help myself, or I gave in, or whatever. So they break the resolution after they make the resolution. Every year, some people do that. Make it and break it. Make it. Here's the truth about health in our country and in the world. In the diet industry, and we see that bombard diet shows or diet products, diet infomercials, diet commercials every day. But in the diet industry, it is a $60 billion a year industry. $60 billion with a 95% failure rate. What does that tell you? $60 billion, 95% failure rate. That means that the people who are in this business stay active in the business and prosperous, because they know that people are not going to carry through. Only 5% of the people carry through. 95% is fail to carry out the diet process. Health is an ongoing topic that we are bombarded with on a daily basis on television, print advertising, social media blitz, and other means that the health industry can put on your plate. Notice I didn't say your TV, on your plate. Revenue globally has grown about 10.9% from $87.2 billion in 2018 to $96.6 billion in 2020. So they've seen an increase, almost $100 billion a year. After generating record revenue of $35 billion in 2019, The United States fitness industry generated just $15 billion in 2020, which means they lost about 20 million, $20.5 billion, or 58% due to the what? COVID-19, of course. COVID-19 had a detrimental impact on everything, even the diet fitness business. So we still want you to stay healthy, still want you to get vaccinated. If you haven't got vaccinated, still want you to mask up because this variant, as we've said in the past, bacteria you can kill, of course. Viruses are with us forever. We'll never kill COVID-19. It won't ever go away. So the diet industry, a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it was impacted greatly in the United States, but still, they're still making money. And who are they making money off of? Those people who make the resolutions and say, I'm going to do it, and then they don't. Okay. So the three healthy topics that we will delve into today includes physical health, mental health, and monetary and economic health. Monetary and economic health. So with physical health, what we need to do is to what? Exercise. Whether it's walking, running, lifting weights, riding a bike, swimming. Swimming is probably one of the best physical activities you can do for your body as far as fitness goes, because swimming works all the body muscles. It works them all. And of course, if you're swimming, you're going to ensure that not only are you working those muscles, but you're getting some very good cardio. So physical relates to exercise. You want to get into good health, work on your exercise. Mental health. And we are dealing with mental health from all different levels now in this, in the United States. I can't speak about the other parts of the world, but in the United States, mental health has become a real major issue. And from the standpoint of people who are homeless, people who are being dealt with by the law enforcement agencies, who aren't the best experts at dealing with people who have mental health issues. But the mental health I would like to speak about is this: think and laugh. Laugh and think. You want your mental health to be better? Do some thinking. Put those brain cells to use and do some thinking. And make sure you laugh at least once a day. Twice is good, but if you can find a reason to laugh each and every day of your life, your mental health will be very good. You will cause those brain cells to act actively. Laughing is a good thing. Laughing is a good thing. So if you got some people who know how to make you laugh, call them up, tell them to make you laugh. If you know how to make yourself laugh at yourself or about things like I tend to do, make yourself laugh every day. Give yourself a reason to laugh. There's something funny going on every day. If you just take the time out, pause, look around. When you're driving somewhere, if you just pause and look around, there may be something you'll see that's humorous, funny, that'll make you laugh or chuckle. These are good things. And then finally, the monetary and economic health. Save and invest. Save and invest. And when we talk about saving and investing, we're talking about taking what monies you do have that you can put aside and putting them in some type of an account. And as you know, nowadays, the savings accounts at the banks don't generate the interest that they once did. However, a little bit is better than zero. And if you do have extended funds, take those funds and invest them somewhere. Put them in something. I mean, if you're not going to put them in the stock markets, treasury bills, put them in a money market account, IRA or CD, certificate of deposit, for those of you who may not know what the CD means, but it's not the CD you play, it's the CD you invest in, put in the bank. But use some of those things as ways to generate a good investment for yourself, because in the long run, When you have a little bit more, a little bit extra, you can do a little bit extra. So again, the 3 healthy topics that we need to that we want to make sure you consider working on, even if you don't do a resolution, just work on these things for the upcoming year. Work on your physical health, exercise, do some things, be active, push back from eating more than you should, push back from eating the wrong things. Mental health, think and laugh. Think about things. Give some serious thought to things. If you want reasons to think, read a book. Laugh about something every day. And then monetary and economic health is what we save and what we may invest. And these things are important because as we look at the timeline we have in our lives, and we don't always know how long that timeline is, we want to maintain ourselves so that we can have a good quality of life. And we all know that a good quality of life will depend on the health we're in. And if you don't take care of your body and your mind, then your body and your mind will deteriorate. If you look at something from a mechanical standpoint, if you don't take care of your automobile, if you don't take care of your air conditioning at your home and get it tuned up, whatever's mechanical, if you don't get it tuned up, if you don't keep it in good sound condition, at some point in time, it will fail you. And when that failure happens, we can get it repaired and get it repaired correctly, or we can just let it go and it continues to deteriorate. Day by day, it deteriorates. And we don't need our health to be one of those things that gets to that point where we are under too much doctor supervision. I like to pray for good health on a regular basis because you can't buy enough good health. You can't have enough good health. Good health will sustain you through a lot of things better than a lot of money or any other materialistic things. Because if you're sick and if your health goes down, all that money that you thought you saved through the save and invest part, it's going to go away. So work on your health physically and mentally, because those things are the keys to a good, healthy body, a good, healthy life. And when the quality of our life is at a pinnacle and on a high, we can do and feel better about ourselves. And everybody likes to feel good about themselves. So if you can work on some of these things from that perspective, hopefully it will give you impotence to drive you toward being a better person from those perspectives. And I do realize that some of us have physical challenges that come from medical conditions that cause us problems. However, we can still work on getting healthy. If you can't get totally healthy from a physical standpoint, work more on getting healthy from a mental standpoint. Work more on getting healthy from an economic and monetary standpoint. Work on some aspect of your life that will improve one of these 3 areas of health for you: physical, mental, and or monetary, economic. Work on those things. See if that will make a difference. And if they don't, seek out other solutions to help you get on a better path for a better life so that you can live longer and be well. Because being well, especially during these COVID times, because in this country alone, almost we're approaching 1 million people in 2 years have died. And I want you to think about 1 million people dying in a matter of 2 years. That's something that we have never seen in this country, that many people dying in that short amount of time. 1 million people, and the way they're dying, and because people tend to take this not as serious as they need to, the health of others are at stake. So let's work on our health for 2022. You don't have to make it a resolution. Just put yourself in the mindset that, hey, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to do better every day. I'm going to laugh every day. I'm going to think every day. I'm going to try to read something every day, a book, newspaper, magazine, read something. Get some knowledge from somewhere. That's another part of the mental health, becoming knowledgeable. And there's nothing like a great mind and having a great mindset. Having a great mindset. When you think about the things you can do when you have a great mindset, you can overcome a lot. You can not worry about a lot of things. And of course, the mental part that you need to also work on is minimizing your stress and worry. Yes, life is hard. Life is tough. However, you can work on those things that can help your mental stability. Work on those things to get your mind in a better state. A lot of people spend a lot of time worrying, things that they have no control over, because it said you can't worry about something you have no control over. You can't remedy something you have no control over. If you don't have any control over it, it's, I know this sounds like, okay, I'm preaching to the crowd, or, people don't want to hear it. However, we must start working better on ourselves. Mental health is a thing that we must work on having more control of. Make your mind a little bit more engaging. Work on doing something to stimulate your mind. Stimulate your mind every day in something, by some means or some way. Like I said, reading, laughing, even from the standpoint of playing some music that could cause you to think, or playing some music while you're reading a book or a magazine or something. Anything to help the mind be engaged is going to be better for you overall, because I guarantee you, when you feel better, you do things better and have a better outlook. And you want that to be where you are in your thinking and what you do. So physical health, exercise, mental health, think and laugh. And again, if you haven't become a participant in doing the things that deal with your finances, maybe that could be something you can make as a quote unquote resolution, or something you can start doing for 2022. And again, keep in mind, we are still in this pandemic, so we want you to do it safely and as safe as you can. So our topic for today here on Awesome Radio, WBISLP 106.9 FM, is totally healthy. And what I'm sharing today will be those things that I hope will add some value to your understanding ways of being healthy. Also giving you some insight into the health industry and the diet industry and the fitness industry, because some of the information that we'll continue to share with you is just totally amazing. We don't think about some of these things until it's put right there in our face. And again, when we talk about this particular industry, over $60 billion a year generated annually, reaching $100 billion globally. It's amazing. And we want you to know that there are things that are going on. So maybe you need to make some adjustments if you are caught up in the diet cycle of things you need to do. Maybe you need to work harder. People say you drink more water, you can flush out a lot of things. So think about those things we talked about, the 3 things for improving your health. Think about the things mentally, physically, and monetarily. Now, when we talk about the things in our pantry portion of our show today, I want to share with you this particular piece from the pantry today, because I found it to be very interesting and very historical in its value, because until he started making his way known, or making himself more knowledgeable of the diet industry and how to attack losing weight, Dick Gregory at one point in time weighed over 350 pounds. Well, who is Dick Gregory? Well, today our pantry segment is about the Bahamian Diet, founded by former comedian and social activist Dick Gregory, who was an African-American comedian and social activist. And he was politically active in the 60s, and he came up with what is now called the Bahamian Diet. But at the time, everybody was talking about the Dick Gregory. Got to get my Dick Gregory. And it was a supplement he used to achieve his own weight loss. He had gained a lot of weight and was up to 365 pounds. 365 pounds. Imagine that. And what he decided to do, in addition to fasting in protest of the Vietnam War back in the 60s, he also decided to find some nutritional ways to help him lose weight. So between fasting, he alternated 40 days of water, 40 days of fruit juice, 40 days of fruit, and then 40 days of water again. And what ended up happening was, for whatever reason, however it happened, he got with some people and they created this drink mix, almost like a smoothie mix that you could mix with fruit juices that came from natural products, that if you drank it, it could help you in losing weight. The official product site now is Wellness in Nature, does little to suggest how the program should be followed. Instead, it offers a video to help you understand the history of this particular supplement. And it deals with numerous accounts of restored health and wellness. And like I said earlier, health and wellness are where we want to be in our lives. We want to be healthy as best we can, and we want to stay well. So they came out with the product, and again, a lot of people just went right to it, man. Dick Gregory said it. I saw the weight he lost. I'm going to do it. And you put the powder in a lot of fruit juices, apple juice, maybe orange juice, prune juice, grape juice, whatever juice you tend to like. And then you drink this throughout the day, maybe 2 of these in the daytime for breakfast and lunch, and then eat as they say, a sensible dinner. Don't go overboard. And they also advise, while you're doing this Bahamian diet, and this has been something that people have said for many, 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 many years, you should drink 8 glasses of water a day. That's a lot of intake. But you know what has happened? Because we have all these natural water products, or natural water companies, spring water, this water, that water, that come in these bottles. Probably if you drink 4 of those 20-ounce bottles, let's see, they say 8 ounces, 8 glasses of water, which is probably about 10 ounces. So if you drink 4 of those 20-ounce bottles a day, that'll probably be the equivalent to 8 glasses of water. That helps to flush your body and your system out. It flushes a lot of things out. And through that, you can also find a way to lose weight, improve your diet, help your health. Then I also suggest walking a mile every day. Well, maybe the mile may not be in your regimen. It might be in some, but this is what they suggested. And some other things you can mix this in with are coconut water, almond or rice milk, and unsweetened juices. And the wellness website, Wellness in Nature website, it's kind of on the vegan level, and it is a allergy-free, friendly product, free of cholesterol, artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners. You know, a lot of artificial stuff go into the things we eat, and they talk about how much sugar we consume every day and how sugar basically adds to, not takes away from, our health. So these are some things we have to consider also. So in this Bahamian Diet program, again, it's probably no different than some of the other products that are on the market that say if you drink this, you'll lose weight. You do have to follow a regimented thing, but all this is for us getting healthy. And, it goes back to the resolution of, well, I'm going to go on a diet and lose weight. Well, if you don't stick to it, it won't work. If you don't work it, like they say, work your plan your work your plan. If you don't work your plan, it's not going to work. So, have you ever thought about when you're looking at the commercials on TV that people talk about how much weight they lost and how they look? I've always been curious, how do people look one way when they're at a high level of weight, and then they show a different picture? So I guess because your physical features change, you do take on a different look. But I always thought, like, for the sake of TV, maybe they find someone who looks close to the person they're advertising. I don't know. It just looks that way because, especially when you talk about the fitness part and building muscles and things like that, you don't have muscles and then you build these muscles, but the pictures don't really look the same. But it's all to engage you in doing something. Whether it looks like that person or not, it's all to engage the viewer, the person they're trying to help get better at improving their life, improving their health. It's all about them getting better. So think about, if you're going to do a diet, first of all, check with your physician and find out what might be best for you, because some things may not be good for you. If you can take in juices, fruits, fresh vegetables, less sugar, more water, a little bit more exercise, that can probably get you to where you want to go. Now, you didn't gain it overnight, so as they say, don't expect to lose it overnight. Again, I know some people have heard this many, 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 many times. Again, if you don't engage, it doesn't work. You got to get engaged. So think about this. But again, the Bahamian Diet, the creator of this was Dick Gregory. He is now deceased, but outstanding man, an outstanding activist, spoke the truth about so many things. Even in his comedy, he spoke truth. And back in the 60s, that's an interesting thing when they talk about comedians from a timeline. There's some comedians they don't talk about. Dick Gregory is one. Flip Wilson is another. But going back to Dick Gregory, he used so much truth in his comedy and in his social activism that it was hard to not hear what he was saying, because so much truth came out of the things he said, the protests that he fought for issues on. He just found himself in a battle to help people, and his social active life gained a lot of attention. And then when he came out with this dietary product and this supplement for helping to lose weight, because he needed to lose weight, and it just seemed unnatural. Dick Gregory diet, here's a beverage, a powdered mix it up with some juice, drink it. You're going to drink something anyway. So instead of drinking that caffeine drink or drinking that extra cup of coffee or drinking more coffee than you need, pick up this particular product, mix it up, drink it up, see what happens. Now, according to the Mayo Clinic, liquid diets are meant to keep the stomach and intestines clear while limiting strain on your digestive system. So this is one of the things they found out in research, why liquid diets are helpful, because it will limit the strain on your digestive system and it will keep you hydrated. And keeping our bodies hydrated is a key to good health, because it's like, think about when your body is just totally dehydrated. You feel sluggish, you lose your sense of balance, you lose your sense of where you are. A lot of things happen when the body is totally dehydrated. As a point, I have a friend of mine who came under this maybe about 5 or 6 months ago. He started feeling bad, rushed him to the hospital, found out he was dehydrated, was not taking in enough fluids, or was not taking in enough water. And water is a miracle drug, if you will. It's a magic bullet. You drink more water than you think you should, your body's going to stay fit, healthy, and hydrated. But he didn't do it, had to rush him to the hospital, and he ended up having bypass surgery. Unfortunately for him, fortunately, not unfortunately, but fortunately for him, he is doing better, and hopefully he is now on a regimen of more water intake on a daily basis. Now, I can tell you why his body probably had so much dehydration, because he likes to fish and he likes to go out on lakes to fish. And being out in that sun a lot will dehydrate your body. Your body will tell you when it's not in good shape. It'll start breaking down on you. So hydrate your body. Hydrate it with water, juices, whatever products, healthy products that will help you. Now, Mayo Clinic also says that diets like perhaps the Bahamian Diet should be used only for a few days and under the direction of a doctor. So what they're saying is, don't just think that is the only thing you should do when you're trying to get totally healthy. It's just every day, all I'm doing is Bahamian Diet. As I stated earlier, have the drink, eat a healthy meal at dinner. Long-term use of liquid diets don't provide you with enough calories and nutrients. Long-term use. Again, it can start to break your body down. You have to have a good mixture of things. You can have the product, you can drink the product, also mix in good foods, healthy foods for your eating. The body needs a lot of nutrients in order to sustain it and to keep it working well. So think about those things. Now, this final thing, as we get ready to go into segment 2 of our show today here on WBIS LP 106.9 FM, Awesome Radio, Roku TV, GPAC 23, and as our Facebook Live viewers are watching today, here's one last thing that the Center for Disease Control and Prevention states. It recommends eating a diet high in fruits and vegetables to help manage your weight. Eating a diet high in fruits and vegetables to help manage your weight. Now, managing the weight is one of the things that we need to take into account for being healthy. So manage your weight, do what you need to do, drink more water, eat more fruits, eat more vegetables, and find that plan to work on as 2022 gets started. That's our pantry section for today. As we get ready to give you the second part of our show for today, Totally Health, here on WBIS LP 106.9 FM, Awesome Radio. We're talking about Totally Health is our topic today. And this portion, we're going to talk more about numbers, facts, and figures, just so you know how, I guess, money-driven this industry can be. It's nothing wrong with that. Just want to give you the information. Just want to give you the facts, just so you'll know. Because as I stated when we opened, $1 billion industry with a 95% failure rate. If we're going to move that needle from 95% closer to 90, 85%, 80%, we've got to do more things in order to get fit and healthy. And as we stated earlier, the 3 things you want to work on is physical health by exercising, mental health by thinking and laughing, and then monetary economic health by saving and investing. So we're going to do a rundown on the breakdowns from the monetary perspective, investments and things like that, because I just believe it's important for us to know, what all these things are about, why you keep seeing all this interest on the television or infomercials where a lot of information is passed and it seems to be recurring. And for some people, nothing happens. So when we talk about the diet and exercise industry, again, it's $1 billion industry. And targets itself at those people who have a sense of wanting to improve their body situation, their health situation, even from the standpoint of improving self-esteem, because that can play a part of it too. So about 82.1 million adults spend an estimated $28.6 billion on gym memberships each year. And even though with that being the case, there are a lot of people who have these memberships and they go unused. So in America, $397 million every year is spent out on unused gym memberships. People purchase them, they don't use them. Not that the gyms are complaining that you don't come get the exercise, you don't do the workouts, but that's a lot of monetary expenditures being spent without getting any return on the investment. But that's where it is. Exercise equipment, $28.6 billion is spent on gym memberships. So that's one part of this multi-billion-dollar industry. Then there are the diet companies. Now, if I ask you to name a few diet companies off the top of your head, I'm sure you'll probably name some like Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, or Nutrisystem, Slim Fast. The South Beach Diet gained a lot of traction, but the one that's getting a lot of traction and is attacking or marketing itself from a different perspective is Noom. And it's talking about helping people diet from a psychological perspective, how they think about how they want to change their habits in eating and exercising. So Slim Fast, Nutrisystem, South Beach Diet, Noom, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, and Mayo Clinic are the diet companies. And these companies have plans that have boosted their success and market presence with enormous commercial enterprises that include retail establishments, websites, and book and software products, along with branded diet food products. And the food products available from such leading weight loss plans include food bars, drink mixes, breakfast cereals, shelf-stable or frozen lunch or dinner-ready meals, as well as nutrition, calorie, and portion-controlled snack and dessert products of all types. You've seen them on TV. I don't have to tell you the names of them. You've seen them. And what they tend to do when they come on with the commercials is tell you it's lean or light, low fat, fat-free, low in sugar, sugar-free. All these things factor into what they're telling you, minimizing the content and the intake. So you see it every day. You just need to be more aware of how to manage it in your life, because they're not going to stop because that's their business. You need to work on how to manage all of this better. So the weight loss products and diet drinks and supplements, the diet companies, the exercise equipment, all part of the multi-billion-dollar industry. Now, one of the things I thought about too was this. What about those things called diet drinks? No, not the Nutri-Drinks, not those drinks. You know the drinks, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Diet this, Diet that. What about those drinks, Earl? Well, let me share this. Do those drinks really help you lose weight? Because what is their purpose? To say it's a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi or Diet Mountain Dew or a Diet, whatever the carbonated drink is. It says diet and it's low in sugar, but does it really help you lose weight? You know, people tend to order a meal, a pretty healthy meal sometimes, and then they say, and let me get a Diet Coke. Well, the Diet Coke is not going to offset all that other stuff you're taking in. And numerous studies have found a link between drinking too much diet soda and having serious health conditions, including diabetes, fatty liver, dementia, heart disease, and stroke. So think about it. Although they say diet drinks, they are still wearing on your body because they are not totally a healthy drink. They've got carbonation in them. They got a little less sugar than the regular drinks. So they don't really do as much as you might think. It's all mental, psychological. You want to drink something diet when you're eating a big meal, drink some water. That's a great diet drink. In 2020, the U.S. retail diet carbonated soft drink market hit $11.2 billion. It's a billion-dollar industry, this health industry, and still far in a segment that is still far smaller than the market for regular carbonated soft drinks, which was 28.2. So diet soft drinks, 11.2, regular carbonated soft drinks, $28.2 billion, spent on these drinks. Now, I did compile a list of drinks that have 0 calories that you might want to consider taking or putting in your diets. So there's the vintage seltzer water product, the Polar Seltzer Aid, the Q Club Superior drink, and all of these basically have 0 calories. Perrier, LaCroix, the Poland Spring Sparkling Water, lemon line, of course, the Spindrift Lemon Sparkling Water, the Buble Sparkling Water, cherry preferred, Reed's Zero Sugar Real Ginger Ale. I think ginger ale is a great drink to drink. I think it's probably one of the better carbonated drinks to drink. Virgil's Zero Sugar Root Beer, and then Zavia 0 Calorie Soda in a cola form. Those are some of the drinks I found that basically had 0 calories and were good diet drinks to have versus just saying your regular drinks that you see on the market that we tend to go out and purchase. Now, moving into our next aspect of this market, the exercise gyms and those companies that offer these, that build these companies, or where you can go get your fitness in every day to go lose weight or get and stay healthy. Bally's is one. I'm sure there's a Bally's in somebody's neighborhood. Anytime Fitness is in somebody's neighborhood, I'm sure. David Barton. I'm going to skip number 8 on the list and come back to it. Gold's Gym, Crunch, the Sports Club, Curves, 24-hour fitness, which means you can go there 24 hours a day and get a workout. Lifetime Fitness, Equinox. But here's one that you'd probably be surprised to know that was on this list of exercise gyms and exercise companies. The YMCA. YMCAs have great facilities, offer great programs. It's not luxury. However, it gets the job done. And nationwide, there are 10,000 YMCAs that offer fitness facilities and fitness programs. Members can get fit at an affordable price and enjoy programming that goes beyond the gym into the community. They've been around for 160 years, the YMCA. Now, if you got the physical facilities, you also have to have the equipment. And the equipment manufacturers are creating, a lot of revenue. And you may not know them by their corporate name, but you do know them by some corporate names and the products that they manufacture. So, you see the treadmills, the stationary bikes, the Stairmasters, the rowing machines. All these are manufactured by some company, and they specialize in their products. So Star Trek is one company. Octane Fitness is another company. True Fitness, and these all make these equipment products. So you may order them online for your home, or you may, when you go to work out, read the labels of the brand that you're working out on. Cybex, I know a company that became very popular when I was in high school for athletic programs was Nautilus. I remember them creating, I remember a machine, I won't say it was Nautilus, but it was a universion machine where you could do all this weightlifting from doing bench presses to leg push on this one piece of equipment, which was basically weight resistance. Precor, Life Fitness is another manufacturer. Icon Healthness and Fitness, Chattanooga Group, and then the number one or the largest fitness company manufacturer is the Brunswick Corporation, and they make a variety of products that we use in the recreation and fitness business. The fitness equipment market turns in about or generates about $14.8 billion. And that's what it's projected to reach in 2028. So it's already in the billion. Here's some other products that you might be aware of that have become more popular probably in the last 5 years, and then maybe over the last 20 years. I know Tonal and Peloton have become two of the most popular fitness equipment products that is on the market. Peloton, man, they do a great job with the advertising on the stationary bike. Now they got a bike that kind of moves with you. Tonal, they got King James, LeBron James doing the commercial about Tonal, but you know, you get a chance to use this weight resistant system by watching yourself in a mirror, very high tech. Bowflex, you remember Bowflex was the weight resistance, was basically like bending fiberglass. And then there was NordicTrack. In North America, the fitness strength equipment market was valued at $5.2 billion in 2018, and consumers spent $3.86 billion on fitness equipment for their home use. So, and that was going up. That number is going to keep going up because with COVID, people are going to probably stay in more to exercise. Home fitness equipment, you know, is up. Then we talk about people who like to run or jog. Sneakers is part of this industry. As of 2019, the United States imported about 2.47 billion sneakers, and people spent about $12.6 billion for advertising on the sneaker business, but it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And the sneaker products, the more popular ones, Saucony, New Balance, Asics, Brooks, and of course, Nike. Nike is probably the number one producer of shoes, sports shoes, in the entire world. Funny, I didn't see Adidas on the list. Adidas has been around a long time. I didn't see Adidas on the list, but of course, New Balance, Nike, Brooks, Saucony. Now Skechers has become one of the top brands in the market. So these are, if you're into running and you want to get fit and healthy by running, make sure you purchase quality running shoes, because if you don't, you will cause yourself irreparable harm in your feet and ankles. And then you have to go to the doctor to get that fixed. So invest in a good pair of running shoes, wear some good quality socks when you're running, and minimize the terrain you run on. Running on asphalt and cement is very hard on your feet. Running on rubberized track is softer and easier. Running on grass is easier. So you just have to be mindful, but you want to get quality shoes and things of that nature. And then finally, the last thing that goes into the fitness industry is the attire. And you know, you can't run good if you don't look good, and you know you can run better if you look better. So the attire industry constitutes about $22.1 billion. They're projecting to reach in 2026. But right now, sports clothing and fitness clothing runs you, they're generating about $172 billion in that industry alone. So you can see the cost of getting fit, healthy, staying healthy, and being in that mode, in that zone is very, very lucrative. But at the same time, let it be lucrative to you becoming a better person of health. Work on your health in 2022. Make yourself more fit, more toned. Work on it each and every day that you can, because this is important. And we want everyone to work on becoming healthy, to work on that for our personal selves, for our family, even work on that for your children, because obesity is one of the things that is a problem in this country. So we've got obesity, we've got poor health, but we can change that by talking about getting fit and healthy physically, mentally, and monetarily. And if we don't do those things, then the outcomes are going to be detrimental. So we don't want that to be the case for us in 2022. If you haven't started, start not tomorrow, start today, because yesterday is already gone. Start getting fit and healthy immediately, as soon as you can. Work on that as often as you can. Make good health an important factor in your lives in 2022. That's going to do it for me today here on the Kitchings Table. We're going to thank you for joining us here on Awesome Radio, 106.9 FM, WBISLP, Roku TV, Facebook Live, and GPAC. I'm Earl Kithings. I'm your host, and we welcome you to join us every Tuesday morning here on Awesome Radio for another edition of the Kitchings Table. Until then, what we're going to say is good health and stay fit. Take care. Bye-bye.